Welcome back to my Editor-in-Chief desk, where I help you start living and working like a writer. I want to answer your questions. One of the cool things about opening comments now, which I did several weeks ago, is that I get to hear from you, and I really want to make your questions a big part of what I do with my videos. So this video is an invitation for you to comment below with questions that you may have for me that are relevant to what I talk about on the channel. So that could include questions about writing, questions about editing, questions about being a writer, or questions about being an editor. There are a few things I want to keep separate, which I will either ignore or delete. And I think for obvious reasons, I don't want to answer any details about my job or about my employer. It's just important that I keep that stuff separate. But anything about working as a writer, writer life, all of the stuff that sort of complements each other that I talk about on the channel is fair game. You can ask me anything: creativity, productivity, getting stuff done, anything that I talk about that you have a specific question that you think is going to be relevant to people who have writing questions. Please ask them below. It depends on what I get. I might group them into categories and answer several in one video, or I might split them up and answer them in individual videos. It's probably going to be a mix of both, because a lot of questions have similar themes. So those will be beneficial if I group together, but other ones that stand out and require their own video, it will be good to do those individually. So that's the format. And I don't do any personal one-on-one consulting or coaching. So for me, this is really a special opportunity that I get to answer questions directly from you, because there's no other outlet for me to do that. I do have a Patreon set up if you'd like to support this work. Everything that I do in my videos, as of right now, I have nothing else to promote. In the future, I might be selling my own products. There might be other opportunities for you to support my work, but as of right now, I just have a Patreon set up with only one option. It's really simple. I have an $8 a month donation. If you get a lot out of my videos and want to support my work, that is a way that I would really appreciate it. And also, part of that, with my work being audience supported, is that I get to bring my best work to my videos, because all I really want to do is make videos. I don't have other products in mind that I think would be really helpful at the moment. I've played with a bunch of different ideas, but for me right now, my videos are the content and the content is the product. And so being audience supported helps me bring my best work to my videos. And, it keeps me in the rhythm of doing this, because the videos will always be free as well. It's just an option so that we have an exchange that of value. But if that doesn't work for you, no problem. Like I said, my videos they're going to be free here on YouTube. And so, but if you'd like to support me still, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because that will help other people who have questions about writing find my videos, and more people might be able to get something out of my videos. So the liking and the subscribing does help keep everything going. That is about the admin portion of today's video. So next on the agenda, I came up with 3 frequently asked questions that I wanted to answer today. to go into this video because I don't have questions from you yet. That's what the comment section of this video is for. That is the announcement. But I didn't want to just say, hey, leave questions. I thought I would kick it off with 3 of probably, they're very general questions, but they're very common, and there are things that I was wondering when I was just starting out, and it just sort of will provide a foundation for the rest of the future questions that I get. So here we go. The first question, as you may have guessed, is how do you start writing when you don't have any experience? Just, you decide one day you want to be a writer, but you've never written anything before. You have no idea where to start, and if that is even, a possibility for you. And I think it is. It is if you are, if you have a lot of perseverance and you're willing to put in the work and the practice. It definitely is a path that will unfold for you, or can unfold for you. So, what a great thing about the current time that we live in is anyone can have their own publication with their own website. And that is the first place to start if you want to be a writer. You want to create your own publication that demonstrates the type of work you would want to get hired to do. So you build out a website. It doesn't have to be fancy. It could just be yourname.com. I actually recommend that over any brand name because your ideas will change over time, but your name is going to be your name. And it's also what people will Google if they're interested in you. So you want something that you've built, something that you're proud of, to come up in search results for your name. But what you call your website and your publication is up to you and your circumstances. I'm just saying, build out the publication. You want to be your first boss. You want to assign yourself content samples that you build out your website to show someone what you can do, to show someone that you're a writer. And this is so much more than just your writing skills, because building out a website, it takes skill, it takes discipline. Even if you hire someone to do the technical stuff, you are going to be the art director of your website. So it shows your strategy, your vision, creativity, your discipline, your work ethic, all of those things that go into creating a website show what you're capable of doing on your own in a self-directed way, which is going to be very appealing when someone who's looking to hire a writer has a lot of choices. They want to look, or the most appealing candidates are going to be those who impress them with what they have done on their own without any direction. Once you get hired to do paid writing work, you will take direction from someone else, but they want to know that you are capable of envisioning something and executing it from start to finish. So, you start with your own website, which leads to the next question. Should you use your own website or just write on social media? A lot of people write on Medium. That's sort of a whole different topic, but even ideas about, writing on other sites like LinkedIn or, captions on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. A lot of times people want to use their existing social sites to establish their writing careers. And a general safe rule is that you want to write on your own site and then promote and share on social media. Anyone can use social media. Anyone can write a sentence. Neither of those things mean that you're a writer. So if you have your own website, which is what I'm calling your own publication, it elevates you to the level of professionalism that you want to give off. And then again, this is a whole other topic, but when you write on a site that you own, you're not subject to any algorithm changes that might affect how people can view your writing. We've all heard of Facebook outages and business. Is Facebook outages? Yeah, or outage, that big one recently as of the filming of this video. But businesses or people who are overly reliant on social media sites that they don't own can often find themselves in less than desirable situations if something happens to that site. I'm not the best example of this tip currently because I'm putting out so much stuff on YouTube, but that's just right now. I need to redo my website. That's all in the works. Things take time. And historically, I've always had a site. I build out my writing portfolio on my own website, and my writing over the past 7 years are on the company that I work for's website. So that stuff is safe on someone's website that either I own or someone who I have a good relationship owns. And you know, we own it. We're in control of that, rather than, you know, what could happen on Twitter tomorrow or what could happen on YouTube tomorrow, Facebook. You get the idea. So you can share, though, on social media and find people to connect with who will help share writing on social media. So it's not one or the other. They really work together, which leads to the third question is, how do you get more readers? Once you have your own site built out with the great content that is a representation of the type of writing work that you want to do, you look for other sites to write on. And hopefully all along, as you are building out, all this takes time, as you're building out your content, you're finding other websites, other publications that you might want to write for. And then at the very least, in your author bio on those sites, you put a link to your own website. So when other people like your guest posts or articles for the other sites, people who had not heard of you before, people who didn't know who you were, you give them a way to, or you direct them back to your site. So this is why it's really important that you build out your site first, because if you write for another site that you don't own, and a lot of people like your article, but you don't have anything more for them, it's a really big missed opportunity. So think of it as, you know, you do all that groundwork of building out your site with your great writing samples. When you attract people from other sites, you have a way to pull them in and you have more to give them so that they stick around. And then once they do get on your site, you know, there's a way for them to subscribe and keep getting everything new that you're producing, because it kind of never ends. Once you start doing this writing stuff, you know, it kind of never ends, even though I am a big proponent of breaks and resting and refreshing. It's not all go, 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 but if you do creative work, it's not like, okay, I did that and I'm done. It's always ongoing, which is not a bad thing. Which is why it's great that when you find readers from other sites that you've written on, those are the people who become your readers over time, because they can land on your site, they can see the stuff that you've already done, and then they sign up to get updates from you going forward, and you start developing your relationship with them as your audience grows. You can write for sites that are very similar to what you do, because obviously you want to reach the people who will be interested in what you're doing, but complementary sites work really well for leading to more work, and you can use your interactions on social media to find just complementary niches. I know that sounds a little vague. An example that might clarify it is what I did as an editor. I did some work on other editing and writing sites, because obviously the stuff that I write about is interesting to other writers and editors, but I wanted to work in marketing. So marketing was very complementary to editing, where people who work in marketing would be interested in my creative perspective as an editor, but it's not the exact same people. So when you only write to other editors, it's kind of like, we're all the same and we all do the same thing, and it's a bit of an echo chamber, which is not bad. You want to, make friends who have similar interests in you. But since I wanted to work in marketing, it was really great to branch out. And I started writing for marketing sites, again, who could use my point of view, but it wasn't just like there were editors everywhere. It was a special combination of writing and editing, which helped, or writing and editing and marketing, sort of a combination of those three, which led to opportunities for work in marketing, because I came across as a marketing editor. So it's mixing what you're interested in to find the type of work that you wanted to do, or again, position yourself just like you do when you create your website. You're writing content that is a reflection of the work that you want to do. The other sites that you write for should be a reflection of the work that you want to do. It just makes it easier for people to understand what you're about. And those are the 3 questions for today. I hope they were helpful, since they just came from me. I'm looking forward to anything that I hear from you. So once again, this is your invitation to write your comments in the comment section of this video. And this will be ongoing, so if you miss it in this video, or I miss one of your questions, I'll have other videos where I'm requesting to hear from you. But if in the next couple of weeks is when I'll be reviewing the questions that I get, and then creating videos to answer them. You can give this video a like, you can give it a dislike, you can subscribe to the channel, you can unsubscribe if you are not interested in any of this. And if you are still with me, I will talk with you soon.